Here's another compare and contrast video for you. Another set of popular everyday carry type knives that people debate between the two of, debates on the forums, debates on YouTube. The Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and then the similar Emerson Mini-CQC 15 and MiniCommander. I debated between all these before I got them. Again, you can see how well it fared for me. I ended up with all three. These are my three most carried knives. Other than the knives that I carry for work every day, which are the rescue variants, these are the knives that I carry, I'd say 95% of the time outside of work when I carry a knife. So let me just kind of go over some of the similarities and differences between the two of them, or the three of them, I guess. I've already done a comparison video between these two Emersons, and you can check that out. They're pretty similar, but different in some ways. And then I'll throw this Paramilitary 2 in the mix. Size-wise, comparing the length of all three of them, the Paramilitary 2 is a little bit longer, as you can see. It's got this blade shape here that sticks out quite a bit longer. So you're going to have a little bit extra reach there. It's also much more pointed with the blade shape compared to the recurve on these. The blade on the Spyderco higher end steel, S35V end steel, and on the Emerson's 154cm. The S35 is going to be a little bit harder to sharpen, but it's going to hold its edge well. The 154cm is not going to hold its edge quite as well, but is going to be easy to sharpen. So take whichever end of that you want. The blade shape is kind of a personal preference for what you're going to be using it for. The Spyderco is certainly going to excel in piercing type tasks because look at that pointy blade. The Spydercos come super sharp. They are the sharpest knives that I have out of the box. Opening them, deploying them, a little bit different. So the Spyderco has got the Spidey hole, the thumb hole. You just put your thumb in there and you can flip it open. Opens super easy. You can also do the Spidey drop where you hold the hole and open it that way. A couple different ways to open it. But the Spyderco opens nice and simple and quick and easy. I love that. It's nice, smooth opening. Very easy. And then closing, there's a little bit of a detent when you close it right into there. On the back of the Spyderco, let's get the opening, the Emerson. Emerson has two ways to open it. There is the wave feature where you pull it out of your pocket and it will pull it open. So it comes out of your pocket essentially open. And then Emerson's all have a thumb disc, and you put your thumb on there and you can flip it open. The Emerson, I would say, is definitely a little bit harder to get open than the Spyderco. It comes a little bit stiffer, it comes a little bit grittier. The Spyderco, I would say, does open much more smoother, and you can see that even just closing it, you release that compression lock and it will even close up some. Now you can certainly adjust the tension screw on this, and speaking of the tension screws, as long as we're there, Emerson's come with nice handy normal screws. Spyderco, funky Torx bit screws. So you're going to need a little bit more of a tool for that compared to the plain screwed Emerson. The handles are both G10. They both come pretty grippy, and they will both calm down with time. They'll smooth out a little bit. You can see that I'm just talking about one of the Emersons here. Both of the Emersons are pretty similar. So it's a tough call between the three of them. But since the Emersons are similar, I'm just kind of comparing between one of them because it's all the same features with the Emerson. The handle on the Spyderco is going to be a little bit longer. Let's compare it to the longer Emerson. You can see still a little bit longer than that longer Emerson by a little bit. It's also thinner, you can see here. And that actually is noticeable in your pocket. The Emersons carry kind of chunky, and when I want to carry more of a thinner, low-profile knife, I take my Spyderco because it's lighter, it's thinner, it carries, and you can tell a difference with that in your pocket. It is going to stick down a little bit farther into your pocket. Let's compare if we line up the pocket clips. Actually pretty close as far as length down into your pocket when you line up the pocket clips there. There's it. There we go. So the Spyderco is going to stick down a little bit farther than the longer Emerson. Try and get all three lined up. So the Spyderco is the longest of the three. Do I notice that? No, I actually notice more so that this is a thinner, lighter knife when I carry it compared to these. It actually carries a little bit easier. The Emersons are right-handed tip-up only carry because of that wave feature. The Spyderco is four-way carry. It comes with holes drilled in all four directions each side, Emerson, you can send it back and they will drill holes if you want to carry it left-handed, but the Spyderco, because it doesn't have that wave feature, you can carry it any direction. The jimping on both of them, the jimping is more aggressive on the Spyderco. There's that Spyderco jimping, and there's the Emerson jimping. Both of them work fine, but the Spyderco is a little bit more aggressive on your finger because it's a little bit sharper. The Spyderco has a full flat grind on the blade. The Emerson has that conventional V grind with a chisel grind right along the edge. So some people don't like that chisel grind. Take your pick there. They both have lanyard holes. The Spyderco is going to be a little bit easier to close. The Emerson has a liner lock, and the Spyderco has a compression lock, which is on the back. The Spyderco, to close it, you just push that little compression lock in, and it will flop most of the way closed. Whereas on the Emerson, push that liner lock over as it is on most liner lock knives, and then you can reach in and close it that way. The Spyderco comes in like 50 million colors. The Emerson comes in black. Did have one of my other Emerson Mini-Commander pimped by Ferric. You can check out the link to that video. But if you're if you're the knife fashionista, the Paramilitary 2 might be for you because it comes in 50 million fashion colors for your needs. The lanyard hole on the Spyderco is much bigger than the lanyard hole on the Emersons, depending on how big of cord you want to stick through there. Price-wise, I think the Spyderco is cheaper than both Emersons. Toughness-wise, I think the Emersons, although I've not had problems with any of them certainly, I think the Emersons are going to be a little bit tougher. They're constructed super tough, and you kind of get your money's worth out of that with them. So there are some thoughts between these three knives. They are all great knives. Like I said, these are my 3 most carried knives. Love all 3 of them. If I had to pick one of them to have, oh boy, that's a tough one because I carry them for different things. You know, this is my kind of lightweight, thin knife, but still plenty capable. I love these two. I can't pick. There's just some differences for you. Help with your decision-making choices. Pick the one you like. Get all 3. Let me know your thoughts on them. Let me know which one you have. Let me know which ones you've picked, or if you have all 3. But as always, again, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you again next time.